Okay, folks, there's something that needs to be cleared up ASAP. A misunderstanding that's been going on since the invention of technology and since the invention of electronics and books and papers and pencils and pocket protectors and knowledge and comic books, folks. That's the difference between geeks and nerds. Because we don't like being mistaken, alright? We really just don't. It's offensive. Kind of like midgets and dwarfs. There are a lot of differences between midgets and dwarfs that you probably don't know. Fucking look it up. Because this isn't the midgets and dwarfs video. I'm not going to tell you. If you're interested, you look that shit up. Okay? This is the Geeks and Nerds video. So I'm going to explain to you some of the key differences to look for before you go jump into fucking conclusions, alright? First of all, geeks are 99% of the time middle to heavy set males. 1% of the time, they're like me. I, myself, am a geek, and they're skinny and puny and can often be mistaken for a nerd, which I usually am. Very rarely will you find a female geek. And when you do, let's just say they're not eye candy, alright? They're no gift from God. They weren't granted with beauty. They're fugly, if you will. Not very pleasant to look at. Better kept under dim lighting. Fluorescents really just don't work. Okay, you get the idea. For female geeks. Very, very rarely, once in a blue, red, green, purple fucking moon, will you find a good-looking geek. Very rarely. That's why it's so hard for us. Yeah. Nerds, 99% of the time, are skinny, frail, scared looking. You know, they always look nervous. And they're usually walking really fast. Like they've got somewhere to be. They're always looking around kind of nervously. Their hair is usually very clean and very, very well groomed. Now geeks, when they get dressed, they stay in the same clothes for quite a while because we have games to play, all right, and we don't move very much. So usually when you'll see a geek, he'll have Cheeto stains and Doritos and maybe some Mountain Dew and some of the morning cereal. A concoction of all of the above on his shirt and or pants. Nerds are very clean. You know, dress shirt, sometimes tie, bow tie, pocket protector, khakis that usually come above the ankle, or shorts that come above the knee, depending on season, and dress shoes that are double knotted. Now, geeks' shoes are very important. Comfortable shoes for a geek. Vans, Converse, anything, flip-flops, slippers, moccasins, woven by a Cherokee Indian chief, anything like that, because we do a lot of standing. We stand in lines. We stand in lines for Star Wars releases, we stand in line for new video game releases, we stand in line for next-gen system releases, so we do a lot of standing. We also do a lot of walking. We walk around comic conventions, we walk around video game conventions. So we have to pick a comfortable shoe, because we do a lot of that when we do get out, which is very rarely. You know, that's our time to come together and to rendezvous and exchange World of Warcraft names so that we can add each other to our friends lists and, you know, schedule the next Halo 3 tournament, stuff like that. That's our time to physically get together. The other 99% of the time, you'll find us on the World Wide Web. A little game called World of Warcraft. Some people prefer Guild Wars, some people prefer EverQuest, aka EverCrack, but that's okay, you know? We're all on there. You can find us somewhere. Or, we're on the 360, Xbox Live. So you can find us on a video game, usually, in a basement. Most of the time, or bedroom, usually with our parents. But nerds, you can find them at chess clubs, science fairs, Star Trek conventions, libraries, sometimes alone, sometimes in groups, you know, groups for safety. But that's cool, you know, social lives, that's good. And they're smart. You know, you may be able to beat the living shit out of a nerd. You may be able to pound his face to a bloody pulp and he will not fight back. He will scream and cry and probably shit himself. But you know what? If you ever go on Jeopardy with that motherfucker, you're in trouble, pal. You're gonna lose. You will not win any money because he will kick your ass. So next time you think about punching a nerd in the face, think about this. Do I want to go on Jeopardy with this guy? Because that might happen one day. And he'll look at you and say, what now? Huh? What now, bitch? You know? So you think about that. So, you know, just because you can kick someone's ass doesn't mean you're not going to be on Jeopardy with them one day where they humiliate you in front of millions and millions of old ladies around the world. So, just something to think about. Not really important. Actually, it is. Nerds will usually have these babies on. Geeks sometimes, but not so much. Music choices. Geeks listen to a lot of video game soundtracks and techno. When you see a car driving by going or that's a geek. Nerds, on the other hand, are more classical, soft rock or jazz kind of mixture. So if you hear someone driving by with and they're really into it, you know, there's that's a nerd. Okay? So that's the differences in music. Food-wise, nerds are seem to be very picky. They seem to eat a lot of salads and balanced meals. Geeks will take anything out of a fucking vending machine. Anything on the soda aisle and the chip aisle will last us good. You will find us sitting at a TV or a computer with cases and cases of soda. You want proof? I'll show you proof. You see that? See that, folks? That's not even the half of it. You see how far it goes? The collection? You see the collect? Look at the garbage can. Look down here on the floor, folks. That's a whole fucking bag of soda cans. So I'm telling you, geeks, I'm serious about this. You probably thought I was kidding around. But as you see, this is real, people. This is serious. This is no joke. Nerds, very, very clean. Like I say, their rooms, pretty spick and span, pretty organized. Everything's in place, you know, nothing's out of place. They usually have like a poster of Albert Einstein, or something weird like that on the wall. We usually got like, you know, Nirvana, or Dragon Force, Fantasy Metal. Yeah. So you might ask yourself, Paul, if you're a geek, why are you wearing a nerd mask? Well, to answer that, it's because since I'm representing both here, geek, nerd, I have to represent both. Because it's unfair to take sides. And it's unfair to jump to conclusions about which is which. So next time, before you judge, before you think when you see us, you better be careful. Because if you say something to us and you mistake what we are, we may not fight you. We may not even have a comeback. And we may be too scared to even look into your eyes. But believe you me, in our minds, oh, we're whooping your ass. So just think about it before you approach one of us, which you rarely do, because you're often kind of weirded out. But anyway, just think about it. We're people too. Geeks and nerds, fucking unite. Yeah, around the world. Because that would bring utter happiness. Just geeks and nerds coming together, forming a revolution. Well, folks, it's been real and it's been fun, but it hasn't been white gravy and biscuits, which I'm about to go eat. So, that's more important. See you guys later. Peace out. See you next time. Thanks for watching.